Hello, everybody. It is I, Robbie Rapole, and I am here today while I am tattooing to bring to you an amazing human that I met through tattooing who works out at the gym with me. And he is an extraordinary painter. And he's a mixed media painter, meaning he throws like neon and stuff into his paintings that he makes. Really cool stuff. Really awesome guy. Amazing human, amazing artist. His name is Anthony Gomez. So,
thank you, man.
Yeah, man. So, it's crazy how we met because when you came in, I didn't even realize, like when you were booked in, I didn't even realize we went to the gym together.
Yeah.
And then you came up to me at the gym one day and you're like, hey man, I got an appointment with you today. And I'm like, oh, rad. And so he comes in. I had no idea who he was, really. I just saw that he was a wacky guy with paint on his hands.
Exactly.
And come to find out, he is this extraordinarily talented painter who has a really successful career and a really brilliant story. So, I mean, really, let's just dive into, like, you know, where your life was at when you decided I'm going to be a painter and, like, all that stuff. Because that's just crazy, dude. Like, just the way you went about it is just nuts. So.
Yeah, definitely. I was working at a restaurant, and I basically had a bunch of free time, and I decided to try to paint again. And I painted a little bit in high school, so I basically just went to the art store and started painting, and a few people said I was pretty good at it, so I figured maybe I can paint for a living one day. And I decided to move to a different town. It was a little more artsy, so I actually just packed everything up and I moved to Savannah, Georgia. I just didn't know anybody out there, and I just lived out there, which was a really, really cool town. And that's kind of where I learned a lot of. That's really how I got into art, like big time. I was doing a painting a day, and I had I had about 70 paintings.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my goal when I moved there. Was like after a while, was to do a painting a day. And yeah, Savannah, it was amazing. And then
painting a day, dude, that's crazy. And what kind of subject matter were they?
It was actually really influenced by Basquiat, an artist from Brooklyn who's very famous. And I kind of would filter off of his work until I actually kind of found my own style, which actually didn't take many years later.
You know, that's so interesting you say that you are influenced by Basquiat, because I always wondered, like, where your brain is with your art, because just these words that just come up, and then dollar signs and real scratchy images, and then these like really well rendered images, and it's really cool to be able to, like, that's a piece to the puzzle I didn't have before.
And exactly.
We'll pop some of his work in the video, so that way you can kind of get, if you can see, actually we might even put side to side between one of yours and Basquiat.
Cool. You can see the comparisons.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's funny because I actually I got a book on Warhol, and Warhol does pop art. So I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. You know, you got pop art that I like that I've never done, and then you got Basquiat, which is real contemporary. So I'm like, okay, maybe I could blend the two. So that's how I got into pop art. And Basquiat, if you see his work...
No shit, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And Basquiat, he does a lot of distorted images with a lot of writings on them.
Yeah.
Random words and stuff. Have you seen this?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I see the random words and stuff. I've actually seen a couple of his originals in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I was on a layover, and I ended up just at a couple of galleries checking out some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so interesting because I can see both Warhol
and
Basquiat.
Yeah.
We should put a three-way comparison. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it started, but it took me. It's one of those things. I think with art, it really the most important thing is finding your own style and then developing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool.
Same here. In tattooing.
Yeah.
Find your style, develop it. I read a book one time. It was called, God bless it. I don't remember what it's called. I think Good Artists Steal or Steal Like an Artist. I think that was what it was called. Steal Like an Artist.
It's like bad artists copy, great artists steal.
Is that the book or is
well,
that
no,
the
that's
saying?
like a saying.
That's the saying. Okay, so the book was called
Pablo
Steal
Picasso.
Like an Artist. That was Pablo Picasso?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the book was Steal Like an Artist, and it basically said, like, you know, the best artists are influenced by all their favorite artists and steal bits and pieces to turn their own style
Exactly.
into.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's really cool just hearing that from another artist and, you know, from an artist of a different medium, too, because what we do is similar but different but similar.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's always funny because, like, that's how it works, man. Like, you know, it's definitely how it works. And that's why the ones that are great, even the ones that are great still are influenced by somebody else. I mean,
right.
You know?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, and so, all right, back to how you became an artist. So you were living in Savannah.
Well, first it was Melbourne. Well, yeah, Savannah.
And so you were doing a painting a day, and just finding your style.
Trying to find my style.
And then how did you find your way back to Melbourne? How did you find your way into galleries, you know, things like that from your painting a day regimen?
Yeah, so I decided I'm going to come back to Melbourne, and I'm like, you know what? I made a website. I had these things. I wanted to make a website, and I was going to sell off the website and stuff. And then one day, my family, they live in South Florida. So I went to visit them, and they told me we should go to the art district. And it's in Wynwood in Miami.
Yeah,
so I visited.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is amazing, and it's an amazing place. And I went to Wynwood, and I saw paintings on the walls, and they were $5,000-$10,000. And I'm like, geez, man, you know, I can do that. And it's not as easy as it sounds, but eventually now I'm influenced by getting into galleries, you know?
Right.
So I went down there and I had a goal that I wanted to get in a gallery in Miami. And I just went back to Melbourne and worked and kept painting and I would contact all the galleries and see if they would, you know, they're interested in selling my work. And that's kind of how that got started, but that took about a year or so until I, you know, because most galleries, you ask, they have their own thing, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's like going to a tattoo shop and asking for an apprenticeship, you know, you have to find it when the timing is right, and the person that fits right, and everything's got to work.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always tell people, you're always going to get more no's than you're going to get yes, which is okay, you know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm
no
screwing things up. No, and that's true, and I feel like that's everywhere, man. You know,
everything, yeah.
I did an interview with a guy recently. He's like, yeah, man, you just have success easy every time you do anything. I'm like, it might be what my Instagram looks like.
Yeah,
A lot of hard no's in there, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, definitely. But, yeah, Miami's really great. I always try to, like, you know, target the big cities because, you know, Miami, New York, LA. I never really contacted too many places in LA, but I think those places are great because, you know, they have really great galleries, I guess. Really amazing galleries with good artists.
They have the clientele that are looking for what you're offering.
Exactly.
And that's an important part. I mean, so now you said you came back to Melbourne after Savannah?
After Savannah, yeah.
Okay. And you were just painting, contacting galleries. And now, were you working a regular job at this time still?
Yeah, I was waiting tables.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was good because as a waiter you only got to work 4-hour shifts.
Right. So you had a lot of time to paint.
Exactly.
So all right. So now you're waiting tables, and you went to Miami. You realized there's a lot of good things going on down there. You need to get into a gallery. So now once you realized you needed to get into a gallery in Miami, what's the next step? What was the next thing you did?
I went home and kept painting, and you know, like, honestly, some days my work, wasn't very satisfied with it, and I didn't think it was that good, but I kept painting, and I think that's pretty much the part that I kept doing. No matter what, if it was bad or it was good, I woke up and I kept painting.
No shit.
Yeah, to be honest with you, because, you know, at the time I was developing a style, but I didn't feel like I had my own style.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally dig that. But you didn't give up, and that's important.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things that inspires me most about talking to you every time we work together, man. Like, your inability to give up
yeah,
is fucking incredible, man.
It's like, I feel like it's the old saying, and I swear this is true. The harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yo!
I mean, honestly.
That is true. Yeah, so now you're working in Melbourne again, and you're painting every day. And, like, next, you know, what's the next big thing, or what's the next bunch of things that led to the gallery stuff?
The gallery stuff. Well, I did a show in Orlando at a gallery called Gallery 16, and I had my own little space, which was really cool, and I curated all the art, and it was a really nice show. And I kind of used that as like, I kind of made it, I took really good photos and stuff, and I kind of put it in my, like, I guess you could say, portfolio and Instagram, and you know, to be taken a little bit more seriously, that, hey, you know, I can paint, and I can put a good body of work together. And, you know, I contacted a few galleries, and one of them decided, you know, hey, yeah, I would definitely be interested in working with you. And slowly but surely, now I work with them full time, and it's really, really awesome. They're really, really great gallery, and we've been selling a lot of paintings. So it's been keeping me busy. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And so, like, you know, where was the transition? Where was the transition? Like, what was it like, you know, going from waiting tables and painting every day to now, here you are, fucking, you know, going out of the country, hanging out, you know, scoping out galleries, you know, all the things, man. Like, what was it like? Because I remember you told me the story, like how you know, you just kind of quit one day.
Yeah,
know, so
I was told by boss, I'm like, hey, I don't need to work here anymore, and thank you so much for the opportunity. And she didn't really take me too seriously. She tried to keep me working for another 3 months. And I told her, I said, I can't keep working. But yeah, the transition was crazy. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, waking up and working for yourself doesn't get much better than that, but then you're doing what you love.
Right.
And you know, I work all the time, but it doesn't really feel like work. It's the only thing I really want to do. Painting for me, if I'm not painting, you know, that's what I really enjoy to do.
Yeah.
And then as far as, like, being a full-time artist, like, it's crazy how much money I spend on supplies and just how much work goes into doing everything. And, you know, like, yeah, just bumping out a bunch of paintings and being able to travel and go visit other galleries is amazing too. Yeah, all the stuff that it's a lot of fun, man. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to see, you know, what happens in the future.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, one of my favorite stories that you told me was renting the budget truck, and, you know, going down there and, like, not knowing what you're doing, just like going down there with a bunch of fucking art.
Oh yeah, I would literally, like, sell paintings at, like, I would do a painting and take me 3 days and sell it eventually for basically the same amount it cost me to buy all the materials. But I'd use that money to, you know, go to Miami, and I would rent trucks from Enterprise, big old cargo vans, and load it up with art and bring it to Miami. And I would meet with some galleries, show them the work, and yeah, I met with one gallery, and they only were interested in me paying them, so not the other way around.
And this is after you were spending money on the rental truck,
yeah,
all the supplies for the art.
Yeah, I would go back and forth to Miami all the time in rental trucks and come back with, like, literally, like, $20 to my name.
And you'd be, like, also getting hotel rooms and stuff while you're
yeah,
there
hotels,
too, right?
food. Yeah, it was a trip, man.
And so now here you are, like, you know, living in a successful way. Like, what does it feel like now, looking back on that and being like, damn, came from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's a great feeling. It's still hard to, honestly, it's still, because it's been 2 years now. So actually, it's been quite a while, but it's still kind of hard to understand because
like that
it
you don't
almost
have a
doesn't
job?
make sense. I mean, honestly, it almost doesn't make sense, but it does because in a way I never gave up and I worked really hard.
No, more than in a way. You just never gave up and worked really
and
hard. But I get it though.
I worked super hard. Like there's stories where like I would get off of work waiting tables, and I would be up at 7 a.m. because I could not stop on this painting, and I would finish this painting at 7 a.m. And then I didn't even have a car, so I would take an Uber to McDonald's to get breakfast, eat the breakfast, and go to sleep at 8 a.m.
Shit.
And I was not under any substances. I just wanted to
Being
paint.
being a madman for work.
Yeah, it's like like a painting is like a puzzle, man. You battle with it. You don't. Some paintings go really easy where you're like, dude, this is so easy, but not all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, dude, I mean, I just experienced the same thing with tattooing.
Yeah.
Just experienced it on your elbow, like.
Yeah.
You know, like I had to piece the puzzle together, and like, oh, that looks a little weird there. Let me not go there because the stencil got all wonky.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, oh, let me figure it out. And as you play, you see the pieces.
Yeah, you see the pieces.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like night blindness when you get out of bed at night.
Yeah.
And it's real dark. And then, like 3 minutes later, once you've gone to the bathroom and back, you can kind of see.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
and then also, sometimes, though, you're really, really inspired.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, I'm about to kill a painting. And, like, the painting is about to be insane. And you're starting this painting, you know it's going to be good, and you want to see the finished result.
So bad that you can't stop.
Exactly. That's pretty much the way it goes sometimes.
No, I feel you, man. Every
Yeah.
time I sit down on the iPad and I get into a groove, it's like 4 o'clock before I fucking get up.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
All right. I need to go to bed. I got to hit the gym tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's another thing, dude. You are like the most chipper guy at, 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see this cat in the gym and he's just like, hey, how you doing?
I know, man. I got a crazy amount of energy.
I think it's so stoked, man. And it's like so inspiring to see that you're just living this life that you built, that you manufactured, and that you're just so damn stoked about, man.
Yeah,
like,
it is, man.
It's so cool. It's so cool. It's so inspiring to see a real dude living a real life, and like, so like I didn't know who you were at first, like I said, so, the first time you come in here, you tell me about your art, so I'm starting to like stalk you on Instagram, I'm like, oh, fuck, this dude's legit.
Yeah.
And then you like started telling me about the neons you're putting in your work. Talk about that, dude. Like, explain to me the evolution of like, hey, I need to put neons into my artwork.
Well, to be honest with you, I really like lights. I like lights. I like neons.
Can respect that.
I love neons. It's just something with lights and color. It's really. I thought it was a great combination. I saw a few artists do it before, but many like artists were doing it, and I wanted to do it, but doing it's one thing, figuring out how is another.
Right.
And I finally I ordered a custom neon on Etsy, and they shipped it to my house, and now I had to figure out how I'm going to install it on the canvas. And luckily I found a guy in Sebastian that does really great work, and I've been working with him since. The neons are fun, but man, they are really expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, but that's cool. I've always wanted to do it. Actually, my first the reason I came up with it on a painting was it was Uncle Scrooge holding 2 money bags, and I thought it'd be a really cool idea to make the money signs neons. And that's kind of like was my first thought, and then from there I'm like, man, I started doing a bunch more, and I think it adds a really cool element to the painting, something different.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I mean, it's function and fashion, but it's just like so much fun and just so much pop, and it's bright. And it's,
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up with neons in my house. I talk about this regularly on a lot of things. I had a pink flamingo that is older than most people. That was a neon that my dad bought for my mom one year for her birthday or something, and that neon still lives in my mom's house. And like that neon's like my brother.
Exactly.
He's been around for so long, but like the fact that vibrant energy that a neon gives off.
Yeah,
man,
definitely.
I totally understand what you mean. I'm kind of a
Yeah.
a lover of lights as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I like paintings and I like lights, so why not do
Put
both?
them together, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because I bought a neon before I even did it. I bought a neon at the flea market.
No
I
shit.
didn't really even care what it said. It just was
It
a
just
neon.
had to be neon,
And
yeah.
it was affordable. It was $70. I'm like, dude, I'm buying that. I have it in my studio to this day. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. Yeah, Donna bought me a couple of neons for my birthday. One that says love and one that's a heart shape. And they're sitting by my bed. And they're just so cool. Like,
Yeah.
you put that on just to get, it just throws off a vibe.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. It's a vibe. Yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
it. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so, what are your plans moving forward now? So, now you're, a super, super talented artist, super successful, having fun, doing things. Like, what's the next step?
Well, the next step really is to keep doing what I'm doing, but figure out ways to do it better. And that comes by practice and hard work. And I'm also in a phase now where I'm ready for a little bit of a change. I want to move to another country and kind of experience a different culture and stuff. And I'm sure I'll be really inspired by that because I think life and art go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm just basically keep. I'm always trying to enhance my work. Like before it was the neons, so now I know how to do the neons. So what's next? Well, I'm not really sure, but I'm always trying to figure that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you sit around and brainstorm things, or you kind of I let the ideas come to me? How do you work when it comes to ideas and stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind of look for some images that I like, and then on my iPad I'll search for images, and then I'll try to piece a painting out together. Like I'll put images and I'll collage the images together, and then I'll start the painting. But typically it'll change by the time I'm done. But I do always try to get some type of start to the painting. Like for example, if I want to paint a Bart Simpson, I'm gonna find a Bart Simpson character that I like, and then kind of go from there and decide colors. Colors are sometimes easy, or they're hard. So I always like to have good contrast and good colors. And yeah, so that's kind of how it starts.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So, do you have any special connection to the characters before you paint them, or do you just kind of build a relationship with them as you're making the piece?
Yeah, definitely. You build a relationship as you're making them, because some of them though I do really like the Uncle Scrooge, probably one of my favorites, because he's just so happy, and the ones I'm doing, he's really happy because he's waving around money.
His money and shit.
Yeah, money. He's got a bag of money and he's happy. So I dig it, man. I really like that, because at the end of the day, for me, it's you need money because you got to buy for the supplies, you got to buy for the neons, and you got to make a living. You got to support yourself. In order to travel, you got to have money.
Right.
And also, I'm looking to buy a new place right now, and you need money for that. So I do have actually a special connection with Scrooge.
Hell yeah, I dig that.
Man.
I dig that. And we're doing a bunch of money signs on your arms and stuff too.
Yeah.
So that's all right. So now go into your arms. This is the conundrum part of you.
Yeah.
The guy that does all bright fucking pop culture stuff only gets black tattoos.
Yeah, it's it's like one of those things. If you come to my house, you're not going to see any of my art hanging. You're going to see others.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but it does, because it's like those things. If you work at the restaurant,
you don't eat the restaurant's food every day.
Yeah, exactly. But I love my art. I'm gonna have a cool piece in my house. I do have a couple pieces, but I really enjoy collecting art. So I like having other artists. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to look at my art all day. I want to look at the stuff that inspires me. Pretty much. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
And this is the stuff that just inspires you more to decorate the walls of your body.
Exactly. Yeah, different, and I've always liked really simple and traditional tattoos. So that's kind of the route I wanted to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's cool for me because it's, it gets just to the fundamentals of tattooing, and I just enjoy it because you're really fun and easy to work with. Your ideas are usually fun. Actually, they've always been fun. So your ideas are always fun. Or flowers and stuff. I love that stuff. You make it you make the experience easy and enjoyable because like you're so excited about getting tattooed, and like your ideas come real easy, and you're an artist, so like we just kind of kick around ideas for a couple minutes, and boom, there we go, we're ready to move.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like the way I do a painting. We just come up with an idea and then kind of proceed with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to wherever it takes us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
And you said you collect art. I remember you telling me like you are.
I just love art. Just any way you look at it, really.
Yeah, I can dig it, man. So yeah, I've actually been curating a nice collection at my house of just things that I really like, and you know, re-evolving my art collection, and it's been really cool because it's interesting to see who you are through your art.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
over the years.
Yeah, like my collection's pretty much it's almost like all. Well, it's a lot of street artists, contemporary artists, and definitely not really like what I do. Well, it's just yeah, kind of. I only buy what I like though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not just buying anything, and for the most part, a lot of it's
brain fart.
No, it's all good.
Actually, you know what? That's a perfect time to stop because I'm like at the end of this tattoo.
Yeah, perfect.
So yeah, I just love it that you love art so much that you're so inspired by art. Like you just get jazzy about art, man. You know, like that's super fucking cool to see. And it's not something you see every day with people in their regular, you know, professions. Like it's stoked that your profession is something you really, 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 truly love, man. Like I find that impressive. I have a lot of respect for that. I think it's super cool. And yeah, man, your story, like I said, you were just a guy that decided I want to start painting for a living, and you made it happen.
Yep. And
like, that's just super cool because it just goes to show you don't need to be special to be special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I always tell people too, honestly, like, I always tell them, you know, I'm not even the greatest artist. I just really worked hard.
Yeah, dude, you did work hard a lot, and you still continue to work hard.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like every time you're here for an appointment, you're telling me about how, man, you know, I was doing this, and this, and I was painting this, and this, and I was, you know, setting this, and this up. It's like you don't have this like laid back, super no stress life because you get to paint. Like you have a lot going on because you get to paint.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like super cool, man. I super respect the shit out of that.
Yeah, right now I'm working on a Homer Simpson piece, and he's dreaming of a heart-shaped donut floating above his head, and I'm gonna make the heart-shaped donut a neon.
That's awesome.
Yes, I'm excited about that, dude, because that's like I think it's gonna be really great, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Also, like art, I enjoy it so much, like even just being in the streets and seeing street art, because I got really influenced by street art. That's kind of how I got into art, was because of the graffiti in my neighborhood and stuff. I just thought it was so amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's super cool. Yeah, I mean, I fell in love with the graffiti style of things over the years, and that's definitely heavily influenced my art as well.
Yeah.
You know, the cartoon over-exaggerations, you know, the super fun, you know, just bright, bold pops of color and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
And the freeness of sometimes, you know, the spray paint and the drips.
Yeah, the drips,
I mean?
like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Hell yeah, sure. Man. Dude, awesome. Well, let's give the people a little bit of a shout out about how to find you on the interweb. You know, how to find your artwork, how to find you on the Instagram and all these things.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, my Instagram is Zemogart. It's ZEMOGART.
Which is Gomez backwards.
Gomez backwards art. And I work with a gallery called eFusion Gallery. They're based in Miami and Key West. Right now, their main location, because the coronavirus is in Key West, is a really awesome gallery. If you're ever in the Keys, definitely stop by. And yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah, man.
Perfect.
Well, dude, thanks for sharing your journey with us and your tattoo session.
Yeah, well,
So what's it like getting tattooed and interviewing at the same time? Is it the same as getting tattooed because we talk so much anyway?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
Cool.
Not much different.
Awesome,
Definitely.
man. Awesome.
We kind of
Dude.
talk about the same stuff we do anyway.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
dude, seriously, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I love your story. I think you're a brilliant human. You're a brilliant artist. I can't wait to see, what the future holds for you with art and moving out of the country and the new
Yeah, new chapter.
the new chapter,
for
crazy
sure, for sure.
adventures, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah,
So
thank you for being cool always and being an amazing artist yourself, dude. So
thank you.
it's
Man.
mutual for sure.
That means a lot,
Yeah,
man. Thank you
definitely.
so much,
100%,
brother.
man.
Well, thank you. And guys, as usual, you know where to find me on the Rad Movement on social media, on Robbie Rapole on social media, on Rad Inc. Florida on social media. If you ever want to get some tattoo work done, radincflorida.com and hit the book now button and we get you in there. So thank you guys for listening to me and Anthony's talking while we're tattooing, and you'll see me again soon, and at some point you'll see Anthony again, and he'll have more really awesome things to share about art and his journey, which everybody's journey is always evolving. So cool. So thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you, Anthony, for being here,
Works,
and we'll see you guys soon. We're rad and so are you.
Peace.
Have a great day.